What is going on, everyone? Today is Wednesday, June 3rd. I'm just going to immediately get into the terrible, terrible day that was today. Down around 472 across all the accounts. Took two trades, both L's on these longs. Yeah, Tuesday took no trades, Monday took no trades. Also barely really looked at the charts, so there wasn't really a video to put out on those days. But let's just go ahead and immediately run into the day and go over why these two trades possibly failed and also what I'm doing wrong and what's causing them to fail as a whole. So, coming into the day, what do we see? We are pretty near all-time highs. We are rejecting that 30-minute gap right here, but we got some minor sell side down here. We got this LR from overnight. I could see shorts playing out, but ideally I'm gonna long to all-time highs like every single day. But yeah, so no gaps for longs, surprisingly. So, but I am still leaning bullish. So let's just see what happens when New York opens. Okay, go up, sweep all-time highs, immediately reject. I believe we had an SMT with ES as well. Yeah, ES is nowhere near its all-time highs. So we have a all-time high SMT. So let's just go ahead and work this out. Bang, 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 SMT. All right, nice. So seeing us reject all-time highs like this and immediately dump lower, wow. We have this London low, Asia low. Like I said, all this LR. We have this weird spike down from I don't know what. There's some decent targets for lower. Okay, there's some decent targets for lower. I'm not gonna say there isn't, but there's just also we're just blasting through. Oh shoot! I mean, look at this 54-point candle in one move in 1 minute. That's kind of nuts, is it not? Do we even get a 5-minute gap or anything like that? I'm not really sure. Oh, barely, man. Oh. Okay, so we get this 5-minute gap that barely gets tapped into, and we get this 1-minute inversion. I wouldn't have taken this. This is a super mechanical trade. SMT at all-time highs. This is low-key a perfect trade. However, I would have liked to gotten filled on the inversion because this is a 53-point stop, and obviously would have never gotten filled. But it just smashes through the draws. Oh my god, man. Jeez. Okay, and then we start to reject. So obviously seeing this massive dump down of 312 points, I'm no longer interested in longing this. Surprise, surprise. So we can see that New York took out overnight lows. We also took out this swing low from, near the open of last night. And if we look at ES has swept its previous day low. So ES has made an SMT with the previous day low, meaning that we have swept this low on NQ or on ES, but not on NQ. So we have this SMT right here. So now we're working with SMT at the high, SMT at the lows. Now, ideally, the daily SMT would be more favorable. I would look to continue taking this lower. But this SMT with previous day low is a little bit interesting because we don't have an SMT with previous day high on ES. We still have a new daily high, but not a SMT with the previous day low. We swept out the daily high on both ES and NQ. However, New York on NQ made a new daily high, and ES made a sweep of previous day low. So I can see that, because these highs were intraday and they are not a previous day high sweep, I can see how this SMT was not super strong. But seeing this be a previous day low sweep SMT, I can see how this can be strong as opposed to this one. Either way, we're stuck. That explanation doesn't really help move in either direction. I still need to see some sort of confirmation. So what do we see? We get this massive spike back up, and there is news at 10 a.m. So boom, We reject, we get this inversion. You could have shorted this, but obviously this is pattern trading. If you had taken this short, like you'd be insane to take this short. And obviously you'd want to target previous day low. You'd want to break this SMT. But that's the thing, you are trading against this SMT. So I didn't take this short right here. And what do we see happen? Boom, there's news, and there is your stop out right there. See, we done stopped out. And here's 9 a.m. news. 4 a.m. opens, or sorry, 10 a.m. news, 4-hour opens, low, and then we continue shooting higher. Now, at this point, after seeing us reject again from these lows, I'm expecting a long to present itself back to all-time highs, especially when looking at ES. And ES's structure is a lot more bullish. You see, we didn't even come close to this inversion. We didn't come close to these lows. But on NQ, we tried and we failed, and we continue to move higher. Like right here, there's an SMT between these two lows that shows NQ is a little more, ES is more bullish than NQ because it didn't sweep that low. So now I'm still leaning more bullish now, even more. I'm not looking for shorts. However, I see this 15-minute gap and this lack of a CRT playing out. So on the high time frame, I'm looking to possibly enter off of this 15-minute right here to, I believe it's like somewhere here. Let's just say right there. So I'm looking to enter somewhere on this 15-minute, right? 15 minutes right there, waiting to get tagged into this 15-minute to place an entry. Another inversion play, but we don't tag that 15-minute. And boom, finally tag that 15-minute, but we kind of start going right through. We aren't really rejecting how I wanted us to. And honestly, after seeing this strong of a move into the gap, I kind of started to maybe think of shorts, but there was no inversion for lower. Like boom, here's your inversion, this super late inversion right here, and watch how this one gets stopped out. Boom, stopped out by a 34-point candle as well. And we have this 5-minute play, tap into this 5-minute gap. We get this 5-minute closure above these down close candles. You could long this, that's not ridiculous, but let's just see what continues to happen. We get this inversion right here. Now this is a decent inversion, not ridiculous. Also considering we did sweep this swing high right here. However, I still don't trust a short. I still don't trust a short at all. We have SMT at the lows, SMT at the lows. ES is a lot more bullish, as we saw. NQ is just ripping higher. This little 3-candle move down, not trusting that. And then boom, that's exactly why. 40 points higher. Why not? Send it higher. And then boom, your inversion would have gotten stopped out again. Now, we do sweep these highs right here from that original trade, so we kind of turtle soup these highs right here. Oh, wrong thing. So we kind of soup that, and I guess you could look for this to go inverse and then possibly short. So you would ideally, never mind, there's a 5-minute change in the state of delivery right here that you could have slapped a short on to go lower. Now again, SMT with previous day low, I'm not going to short into that. I'm going to wait. I see this 15-minute gap form. We did not close through the bearish gap, but we have made a new bullish 15-minute gap. So I'm going to wait on price to enter that gap and see what it wants to do. Bang, immediate rejection, immediate 40-point move out of that gap. Now, yes, there's this 5-minute CISD, but that's the only thing that's really stopping this long. This long is pretty solid. It's not a terrible idea. We have the 15-minute gap. We have this accumulation, manipulation, distribution, TP's all-time highs, duh. It's clean. It's a clean move. This isn't a ridiculous trade whatsoever. Now, the only downside that I had was that you're front-running this 5-minute CISD, which was a true CISD, as well as a small internal SMT, I believe, Yeah, SMT between those two highs, and yeah, SMT between these two highs. So there was a small SMT like right here, and you do have this 5-minute change in the state right here. So you are front running a SMT and a 5-minute change in the state. Do I really expect that to matter though? Not really, okay? Especially when we've shown such a strong reversal. But what happens? And bang. There we go. Lost. This one loses. Immediate loser. Barely ever saw any sort of profit. So, again, all-time highs, long until you're wrong. So I'm going to look for another long setup. And what do we see? What do we see? What do we see? Boom. Another inversion. A super, super quick, nasty inversion. Right here. And it turns into a BPR gap. So I'm thinking maybe I just got manipulated out. And we also had an SMT as well. Now we have an SMT in the range as well. Bang. This is amazing. SMT at the highs, SMT at the lows, SMT at the highs, SMT at the lows. They're everywhere, dude. Let's go. So what do? Bang. Long. Stop right here. TP. All-time highs. Again. And what do we see? Boom. Tagged in. Boom. Profit. Oh no. Oh, we're back up. And we melt from there. We react off of the change in the state of delivery. We make a 1-minute change in the state of delivery. This is brutal, dude. And we sweep out this minor, liquidity right there. Got your 1 minute, got your 5-minute reaction. And next candle is the stop out right here. Bang. So after seeing this, I took both these L's. I was like, all right, dude, I'm just going to get off. I mean, there's no point in ruining this capital any further. I'm just going to get off. I don't want to obliterate these accounts. I don't want to hit my, daily loss limit or anything like that. So I just got off. All right. I just got off. I didn't check this out or anything like that. What do we see happen? Bang, bang. Oh, a little slowdown. Oh, is this going to be an inversion? Oh, okay. So long until you're wrong. Obviously, I'm wrong. So I should have slapped a short right here down to the lows and said, screw it. Why not? And let's just look. Okay, let's just look. Bang. Little 4 micros. Bang. And what ends up happening here? Okay, this starts playing out immediately. We get a retracement, and it still plays out. Throughout lunch, this trade plays out. That's ridiculous. Now, I believe we do have an SMT with A on low at this point. ES resweeps. Yeah, ES resweeps that low. So I guess you could have closed right here because of the SMT. Could have caught this piece of the pie, or you could have entered on the 5-minute change in the state, what have you. And then we kind of just start to, chop around, higher, lower, not really deciding where we're going to go. PM opens up. We move higher. And I believe we sweep out this high, if I'm not wrong. Well, I could be wrong. I think I'm wrong. Oh, no, I was right. All right, so we do sweep out that high. We soup that high, another turtle soup, and then boom, we start dumping for lower again. We finally sweep the lows, and market just closed. So what did I learn today, man? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm really struggling to understand why these setups failed. I guess it's because the all-time high SMT is a lot more impactful than the SMT with previous day low. I guess just having an SMT at all-time highs is the fair play right here. Like, this is what I should have been eyeing, and I should have ignored this. Now, had I longed down here off of this inversion and then TP at this swing high or TP at a mitigated gap, that would have made sense. I could have ignored the all-time high SMT, but because I'm trying to catch a retracement ignoring the all-time high SMT was a big problem. Okay, I should have continued to look for shorts because obviously shorts played out. I mean, the shorts obviously played out. You just would have gotten out after that SMT was made. So it's a pretty unfortunate day, especially this being the first trading day after getting out of drawdown, hopping right back into drawdown. Not really fun, but you know, it is what it is. Long until you're wrong. I was wrong, and I just got off. I wish I didn't take this move right here. This was so beautiful, man. This was such a rage bait move. Just like the immediate reaction off of the 15-minute, and then a slow burn into, you know, into towards your stop loss, and then another SMT. Like this made me a lot more upset than this loss. This was just brutal, man. And I believe we did have a 5-minute change in the state too. Yeah, we did. So we sweep out this swing low, we get this 5-minute change in the state, and it still loses. So literally have no other. I don't know, dude. This is one of the most rage bait trading days I've seen. And if you made money today, you either gambled or you trade differently. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, look, we get this another 5-minute change in state of delivery. I'm pretty sure this is in OTE as well. Yeah, I mean, like that's beautiful, dude. That's honestly beautiful. 5-minute change in the state after reaching an OTE, swing being out, this swing high. This was beautiful. This was the short. This was actually the short. Not this inversion. This would have been a good, amazing short right there. I mean, shoot, you tag into that change in the state of delivery, and then you create that inversion. Just look. Change in the state of delivery, tag, inversion, melt lower. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But it is what it is. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see some green. And yeah.